Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday we saw ODM party organizing for the registration drive for the party to popularize and revamp the party. That activity took place in Busia County, and this is part of Western region. In that event, there was some element of organized violence and disruption for the meeting. It's like some people were paid to go and disrupt the event, and it was very well organized. But above all, they never succeeded at the end of the day. You look at the kind of crowd that Raila Odinga managed to pull in that place. It was amazing. It was massive crowd. And this tells you that this is part of ODM stronghold. If UDA or Kenya Kwanza have interest in some part of Western region politics, they have to check what is happening in some areas before they think of investing in that area. So when Raila Odinga stood to speak, we have people who just started that game of destruction. Now, with Otuoma, we can understand Governor Otuoma has issues with the people, and they have a reason why they are protesting against him. He has to go and have a meeting with himself, and he should ask himself, why is the public rejecting him? For him, it is matter to do with the performance and other things. That one, it was organic and genuine protest against him. But now, the organized disruption, when Raila Odinga stood to speak, it was really telling that the opponent to Azimio la Umoja are not sleeping. They are really working hard to try and create a perception that ODM is violent. Beside that ODM events are not successful as they might want to put it. Now, despite the organized disruption, still Raila Odinga managed to address the people because there was calmness within a short time. And this is how the situation was in Busia. Now, we are continuing this final discussion, but just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, we have seen UDA party organizing similar events across the country, but it has never happened that their opponent have gone to an extent of either thinking or planning to organize the disruption of those events. None of the Azimio affiliated parties have sponsored any disruption of UDA events. But from the other side, we can really see what is happening here. There is a possibility of the Azimio opponents, largely UDA, organizing disruption in the ODM events. Then we ask a question here. Why would someone go to an extent of organizing disruption of your opponent's event? Why are you going to that level? And how far did this succeed? Who is the beneficiary of this? The fact is that there is a possibility of panic in UDA, Kenya Kwanza, and at startups. That now ODM has woken up. They are now reaching out to the people. They are now speaking to the people. They are now mobilizing for the party, and we can see massive recruitment of the party. They are not comfortable with that. Otherwise, if there was no any sign of panic, there is no way the ODM opponent can use resources to organize disruption of their event. It can never happen. But because there is serious panic, that people are not comfortable with the leadership of Kenya Kwanza. They have now to look for a way to create a perception, spawn that perception. And I believe they were looking into a way of creating a perception that ODM events are full of violence, disruption, non-peaceful events. That is what they were looking to. You create this, put a blame on ODM, and brand them violent people. Secondly, they want to create a perception that ODM is not popular, that Raila Odinga went to an event and he was heckled, rejected, there was a disruption, people walked away from him. Those are some of the elements they were looking for in this ODM event. So the worst for them is that there was calmness within a short time, and Raila Odinga got to address the people and got to react on the same in terms of sponsored violence and disruption. It just backfired. If Raila had not succeeded to speak to the people, then the narrative would have continued that, you see, watu wa violence wamekuwa hapa, mambo yao yameharibika, vitu kama hizo. It never happened in that way. So for ODM, it was a successful story, despite the fact that there was planted violence in the event. But now the worst for UDA, if you compare to ODM, for UDA to organize their event, they use money. You buy crowd, then you come and address them, and you will see them smiling on top of their vehicle, making statement, looking for people to clap for them. The clapping will continue because people have been paid. The pain is that when ODM organize similar events, they don't pay anyone. People come willing, and in fact, people use their own resources to attend this event and even to facilitate the function. Now that is the opposite, and that is what is making UDA and the Kenya Kwanza side so much angry and so much scared. The fact is that they have been looking for support largely from Western region. To an extent, you would find people thinking of finding a running mate in Western. But now, the worst is that ODM is still in control. You go to Busia, the kind of welcome, the love that people have for Raila Odinga, it tells you that this is an ODM stronghold. It is an ODM zone. You cannot penetrate. You can't pass. You can't survive. And that's exactly what was displayed in that event. So largely, this is ODM stronghold. It is an ODM home. And all we have seen in attempt to disrupt, it is panic. It's a kind of trying to create a perception that has really failed. And that explains how the UDA side is losing and how they are working tirelessly to deal with their opponent in a barbaric way, which end up backfiring.